I got a new guitar today. So I should be working out because it's that time. But I pulled a muscle in my neck while I'm sleeping because I'm old. Which is a good segue into the new guitar because this is pretty much an old man rock guitar. This is a Fender Cabronita, I think they call it. It's made in Mexico. 2 Filtertron style pickups. And I haven't spent a lot of time with it. It came with like really light gauge strings on it, so I reset it up. I just ripped the strings right off of it and put 10 to 46s on it, and we're gonna check it out. Also, let me know how my vocal levels are. I have switched and gone back to a universal audio interface. That will be the topic of an entirely different stream on why I left and why I went back to universal audio. A couple of reasons in there. But let's just check out some tones on the Fender. Leave me your thoughts, comments, questions. My buddy Kyle says, congrats. He was, I ran this past him. I like to bounce stuff off of Kyle these days about, like, hey, is this something I need? Is this something I already have? So I'm stoked that he's here to check out what I'm doing with it. So we're going to run through these, again, neck, and it does have 2 pickups. It has no tone knob, which is interesting. So we'll see what kind of versatility we can get out of this thing. Nick says, "Hey broski, thanks for tuning in, man. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. So, yeah, I got a new guitar. It's a Tele. It's cool. And then a friend, coworker of mine, a Tele, love Tele. Be well. Yes." And Shane says, "I was playing Stay Together for the kids." Yeah, it's been one of my kind of go-to licks for testing out, especially clean channels. All right, let's check out the neck pickup. There's a really nice softness there. Now I lost some volume for sure making the switch up to the neck, but I really like the softness that's there. Shane has asked if I ever mess with chorus or dimension. I do. I'm not really a huge effects guy, but as I've shown in the past, I've got the fractal lined up. I could throw some chorus on it, or if I pull up, grab my MIDI controller here and stretch out where I'm going. I do have a pretty big ambient patch, which I can fire up. Kyle says, sounds good, can probably even out volume with pickup height. Yeah, I probably can bring that neck pickup up just a little bit. And since I have a screwdriver handy, why don't we just do that? Actually, these might be hard set for height. These, as I move these up. They don't really want to slide up the screw. So these may be fixed. Have to check that out. I'm not sure if I can actually adjust the pickup's height on this without going down and adjusting some padding. So that's interesting. Let's go to see what I'm doing with this thing. Go to scene 2. I mean, that's a lot of chorus. Alright, let's check out a little bit of gain. Let's jump over to the green channel, which is quickly becoming very high on my list of things I like about the Revv 120. I'm really starting to get in the green channel. It's kind of the reason I picked up this guitar. I thought it would be really cool sound with the crunch channel. So it's really, really spanky, which is kind of what I expected. I wanted a lo-fi, spanky, bright. The neck on this thing is pretty fat, so I don't know how well this will show up on the camera if I bring it over and zoom it in. Give you a little idea of how chunky that neck is, but it's a big boy. If I were comparing it to a PRS, it's probably wide, fat sized. It's a chunky neck. The neck's also coated in poly, so it's a made in Mexico. And that again, I wanted to try one on the cheap, see if how well I liked it, how often I'd pick it up and play it, and then if I really like it, I can swap on a fancy neck. I can sell it and buy a custom shop version. I can do all kinds of things, but I really wanted to see how much I was going to like this. I had Dean Gordon build me a similar one a long time ago, and then just was interested in other stuff, so I sold it. So I bought something cheaper. This sounds really good on the green channel. I'm not surprised. This works out really well. I kind of like it. I like it both with it kind of gain over about 3 o'clock, but kind of really bitey. And if you roll that gain back, it's still very, very crunchy. Alright, so let's check out some of the thicker channels, and then we'll bounce over and check out some fuzzes. Again, I'm just getting used to this guitar. I mean, it plays pretty well. The fretwork, B+. Like, I can definitely feel the fret edges. I mean, I probably have a tech clean that up a little bit. But I paid like $650 for this thing shipped or something. So, super inexpensive. It's quite heavy for a Telecaster. Alright, let's go purple channel. So it's super bright and it cuts, which is, I mean, what else do you want from a Tele? Like, seriously. My boy says chunky, and he digs it. I like chunky. Chunky's a good adjective. I'm a big fan of chunky. So yeah. Alright, time to check in on the tuning. That's what I thought. Brand new strings, still stretching out a little bit, but that's to be expected in my book. All right, let's go to the red channel and then we'll check out some fuzzes. Revv 120, red aggression, lots of gain. And John said, "Little bastard tellies are killer." Is that what La Cabronita mean? Does that mean bastard? Like I need to like Google that. I used to speak Spanish and now I don't, but that would be hilarious. I mean, I am literally back to my old world where I was like, I play PRSs and I play tellies. That's pretty much what I've been playing as of late, and I couldn't be more happy doing it. Like, genuinely could not be more happy to be playing tellies. Oh, okay, so that'd be Little Bastards would be that. So this is just the Bastard telly. But super cool. Haha. Yes, there we go. Cabronita. Yeah, this thing plays really good, and it was not expensive, so I'm super stoked about that. And, I mean, I'm probably not going to play metal on this, but this thing can handle all things. It can get down some pop punk. Let's throw this and drop it. Yeah, I mean, again, I paid like $600 something for this thing, and it slays. And I don't want to drop a bunch of money into new parts for it or upgrading it. It definitely could probably use an upgraded bridge. But again, I mean, the pickups sound pretty good. I don't want to drop another $200 in, or $400 or whatever they're going to be in TV Jones. Quicksand cover band time. I don't know any quicksand. I probably should. It probably just ruined any like cred I have, but I don't know any quicksand off the top of my head. That just cuts so nicely. Man, I dig that. I really, really dig that. Oh, now I want to buy I already want to buy a second one of these and put it in C standard and play Queens of the Stone Age riffs on this thing. Like, I'm super impressed. Like, it's kind of heavy. I'll get used to it. I only play sitting down. It doesn't really matter. It's not like it's going to break my back. But there is some tones in this thing. Checking the neck pickup real quick before we go into some fuzzes. Alright, we just got a little reverb, which I'll probably kill because I want to check out. Let's kill the reverb and delay. Really bright, really dry, nothing on it. Let's go to my... Man, I own like literally like 3 pedals now. I sold pretty much all of it when I bought the Fractal, and I just got out of pedals. But I did keep this, which is my Fallout Cloud Big Muff style fuzz. Let's turn that off, and then we're going to go and check out a couple fuzzes from the Fractal. Check out the 1981 pedal. let's check out what the big muff in the fractal sounds like. That sounds pretty good. Let's kind of bounce back between a couple fuzzes, and then I'll call it a night. So, let's kill that fuzz. Put the inline fuzz back in. It's not so much fuzz. Let's go to the red channel for that. And that's my live stream for this evening. Thank you for tuning in and checking out my new to me Fender Cabronita, which I think I found out means little bastard in Spanish, which is dope because I think this is kind of a cool, quirky telly. And it sounds really, really good through the Revv, but honestly, doesn't everything sound really good through the Revv. So thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you later this week. I am absolutely positive of that.